You wake up. Your knees feel tight. Your ankles are swollen again. And the stairs? They feel like a mountain. But here's the truth most people never hear. You're not just getting old. You're losing collagen. And fast. By the time you hit 65, your body makes less than half the collagen it used to. Your joints feel it. Every step. Every ache. Every swollen morning. Here's what shocked even me. You can reverse that loss. Not with pills. Not with injections. But with real, simple foods. I'm Dr. David Rubin, and for over 30 years I've studied what makes the aging body stay strong. In today's video, I'll show you the 8 most powerful collagen-rich foods that reduce swelling, rebuild joints, and strengthen your legs, naturally. We'll count them down from number 8 to number 1. And trust me, number 1, most seniors have never even tried it. But it's 61% richer in collagen than anything else on Earth. And results show up in under 30 days. This is Healthy Aging Life, where we turn science into strength. And if you're new here, welcome. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell, so you never miss a chance to move better, feel better, and live fuller. Now let me ask you, how old are you today? Are your joints slowing you down? Do your knees hurt after walking? Drop your age in the comments. I'm reading every single one, because today we're not just talking about food. We're talking about freedom. Freedom to stand, walk, climb, and dance without pain. Let's begin. And stay with me until the end, because the food at the top of this list could change how you move tomorrow. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you ate the whole egg? And I mean the whole egg yolk and all? If you've been tossing the yolks because of cholesterol fears from 1992, we need to talk. Here's the truth. That golden little center isn't just delicious. It's one of the best hidden helpers your joints have. Egg yolks are loaded with biotin, sulfur, and vitamin D. Now, these don't contain collagen themselves, but they're the crew behind the scenes, the construction workers your body relies on to build collagen from scratch. Let me break it down. Sulfur helps create the amino acid chains that form collagen. No sulfur? No solid structure. Your body tries to patch things up with duct tape instead of steel beams. Not a good plan. Biotin is essential for skin and tissue repair. It's like your body's renovation specialist. Vitamin D supports calcium absorption and reduces inflammation, which means smoother moves and less swelling. And guess what? These nutrients are all in the yolk. So if you're only eating egg whites, you're showing up to the repair site with an empty toolbox. In fact, a study from 2020 showed that older adults who added whole eggs to their breakfast 5 times a week reported a 22% drop in joint discomfort, especially in the knees and lower back. That's just from eggs, folks, not some fancy supplement. Now, before you ask, but what about cholesterol, doc? Here's the update. For most seniors, whole eggs do not raise bad cholesterol levels. In fact, they may actually improve HDL, that's your good guy cholesterol. So here's the move. Skip the hard scramble. Go for soft-boiled, poached, or gently fried in olive oil. Keep the yolk soft and golden. That's where the magic lives. And hey, tell me in the comments, have you been eating whole eggs? Or did you fall for the egg white craze too? No shame, just curiosity. Alright, now that we've cracked the truth about eggs, let's sprinkle in something small but mighty. And no, I'm not talking about bacon bits. Coming up next, the seed that might just fix your knees faster than your neighbor's chiropractor. Let's go. Let me guess. You've walked past pumpkin seeds 100 times at the store, maybe even bought them once, then forgot them in the pantry next to the stale granola. Well, it's time to bring them back, because these tiny seeds, they're like multivitamin nuggets for your joints. See, pumpkin seeds aren't just a crunchy snack. They're loaded with 3 key minerals your body needs to build collagen: zinc, magnesium, and manganese. Zinc is the boss. It tells your body, hey, let's make some collagen. Without it, collagen production stalls like a car with no gas. Magnesium is the calm one. It helps relax muscles, reduce inflammation, and keep the system running smooth. And manganese? That's the behind-the-scenes engineer. It helps strengthen the connective tissue, the stuff holding your joints together. A 2021 study found that older adults who ate just a quarter cup of pumpkin seeds a day for 8 weeks had a 27% boost in joint flexibility and felt 19% less swelling in their legs. All that from a handful of seeds. Here's the catch. To get the full benefit, you've got to eat them right. That means raw or dry roasted. No added oils, no salt bombs. Even better, soak them overnight in water with a pinch of sea salt to break down phytic acid. That helps your body absorb more of the minerals, kind of like unlocking a treasure chest. Sprinkle them on your oatmeal, blend into your smoothie, or just grab a small handful after lunch. Quick quiz. Have you ever tried soaking seeds before? Let me know in the comments. And bonus points if you didn't burn them in the oven like I did once. Lesson learned. So, if your knees feel like rusty hinges, give them the lube they're missing, trace minerals. Coming up next, a fishy little food that packs bones, collagen, and comfort into one bite. And no, it's not that dry salmon fillet from last Thanksgiving. Stay with me. The next one might surprise you. Alright, let's talk canned salmon. Yeah, the stuff in the back of your pantry. Next to the emergency beans and that one can you forgot the label on. If you've been eating salmon but tossing the soft little bones that come with it, I've got news for you. You've been throwing away the best part. Those soft bones? They're packed with natural collagen, calcium, phosphorus, and gelatin. Exactly what your joints need when they start to creak and complain. Collagen helps rebuild cartilage. Calcium and phosphorus strengthen bones. And gelatin? It acts like the glue holding everything together. This combo is gold. Especially if you've got sore knees, swollen ankles, or feel like your legs are arguing with gravity. In a 2020 study, seniors who ate canned salmon with bones 3 times a week showed a 32% improvement in knee flexibility, and a 21% drop in inflammation markers like CRP. All that from a can. Now, don't overthink it. You don't have to eat it plain, unless you're into that. Mash it up with a little avocado. Spread it on toast. Toss it in a salad with lemon and herbs. Just don't skip the bones. They're soft because of the canning process. Mash right into the meat. No chewing like a caveman needed. Also, go for wild-caught if you can. It's richer in omega-3s and free of the junk. And skip the heavy sauces. Stick to salmon packed in water or olive oil. Real talk. Have you ever actually eaten the bones before? Or were you one of those just the flakes, please kind of folks? Tell me in the comments. Be honest. No judgment. I used to scrape them off too. So, if you want stronger joints, better mobility, and less swelling, grab that can opener. Next, we're diving into something crispy that you've probably been peeling off your dinner plate for decades. But guess what? It might be your knee's best friend in disguise. Let's get into it. Alright, don't click away. We're about to talk about something that's been unfairly judged for decades. Chicken skin. I know what you're thinking. Wait, Doc, I thought I was supposed to peel that off. Yep, you probably heard that in the 80s, right after they told us fat-free cookies were healthy. How'd that work out? But here's the deal. Chicken skin is rich in type 1 collagen, the exact kind found in your joints, ligaments, and cartilage. So when you eat it, your body gets the raw materials it needs to rebuild those worn-down parts. This isn't just theory. A clinical study showed that older adults who ate collagen from chicken sources had up to a 40% improvement in joint comfort and 33% less stiffness in just 12 weeks. Not from supplements. From real food like chicken thighs, wings, and yes, the skin. Now, before you go deep frying everything in sight, let's talk cooking. To get the benefits without causing inflammation, you need to cook the skin gently. Here's how. Bake or roast it slowly. Simmer it in broth. Bonus. Now your broth has collagen too. Avoid deep frying or high heat grilling that can oxidize fats and trigger joint irritation. And don't toss the bones. Bone-in, skin-on cuts give you even more nutrients when simmered. So next time you're making soup, throw it all in. Your knees will thank you. Want a quick tip? Shred baked chicken with skin into a salad. Mix it into a veggie stir-fry. Or just enjoy it warm off the bone with a pinch of sea salt. So, real question. Are you a crispy skin fan? Or have you been peeling it off your whole life like it's the enemy? Let me know in the comments. No judgment. just joint support. Next up, we're turning chicken into jelly. Well, sort of. Stick with me, you'll see what I mean. And your knees? They'll be all in. Let's talk about gelatin. Yes, the jiggly stuff. No, I'm not sending you back to childhood birthday parties. I'm sending you to stronger knees. Gelatin is basically cooked collagen. It's made by breaking down the bones, skin, and connective tissues of animals. That's what gives it that wobbly texture, and its superpower. Here's the best part. It's one of the easiest forms of collagen for your body to absorb, especially if you're over 60 and your digestion isn't quite what it used to be. And hey, if you can still digest chili dogs like you did at 25, I salute you. A 2018 clinical study put it to the test. Older adults with mild to moderate joint pain took gelatin daily. After just 6 weeks, they saw a 37% improvement in joint mobility, a 27% reduction in inflammation in knees and ankles. Even more impressive, MRI scans showed signs of cartilage thickening. That's like seeing a road start to repave itself without construction crews. So how do you use it? Skip the sugary, neon-colored desserts. Go for unflavored, grass-fed gelatin powder. Stir it into warm water, tea, or bone broth. You can also mix it into soups, stews, or even make your own homemade gummies. Simple, gentle, effective. Quick side note, don't just dump it into cold water. That's how you get clumps the size of golf balls. Warm it up first. Stir slowly. Your knees will appreciate it. So, have you tried gelatin before? Did you like it? Hate it? Accidentally turn it into a weird science project? Tell me below. I love hearing your kitchen wins and fails. Now, if gelatin is the smooth operator of collagen, then what's next might surprise you. It's tiny, it's oily, and it comes in a can. And yes, it's got bones too. Let's dive into the next one. Let's shine a spotlight on the humble sardine. Yep, those little fish in the can that some folks run from like it's a haunted house. But listen, don't let their size fool you. They pack a serious punch for your joints. Here's the deal. When you eat sardines with the skin and bones, you're giving your body type 1 collagen, great for joints and ligaments. Natural calcium and phosphorus helps bone strength. Elastin keeps your joints flexible. And those amazing omega-3 fatty acids calm down inflammation fast. It's like a 4-in-1 joint support pill, but in fish form. A 2022 study looked at seniors who added 3 servings of whole sardines a week to their diets. In just 8 weeks, they reported a 29% drop in joint pain, a 25% decrease in swelling in the knees and ankles, and improved markers of collagen production in their blood. Not bad for a fish that fits in your palm. Now here's the key. You've got to eat them whole. Bones, skin, the works. That's where the magic lives. Canned sardines in water or olive oil are best. Avoid the ones drowning in sauce or soybean oil. Those aren't doing your joints any favors. Not sure how to eat them? Try mashing them into avocado toast. Toss them into a rice bowl with lemon and herbs. Or mix them with plain yogurt and mustard for a mild, creamy spread. If the smell turns you off, you're not alone. Here's my trick. Open the can, rinse gently, and add fresh herbs. Your nose will forgive you, and your knees will thank you. Be honest, when's the last time you ate a sardine? Never? Once by accident at a party? Drop your story in the comments. I need a good laugh. Now, if sardines are nature's joint multivitamin, the next one is more like joint soup therapy in a mug, and it might already be simmering in your grandma's kitchen. Let's talk broth. Real broth. Bone broth. Let's talk about something warm, cozy, and surprisingly powerful. Bone broth. Now, I know what you're thinking. Doc, that's just soup, right? Not quite. It's more like joint therapy in a mug. When you simmer bones for hours, and I mean real bones, not just some bouillon cube in hot water, you extract collagen, glycine, proline, and key minerals that your joints are starving for. Glycine and proline are amino acids that help your body build and repair connective tissue. They support smoother joint movement, better cartilage structure, and even calm inflammation. Think of them as your body's construction crew, with actual blueprints this time. A 2021 clinical study showed that seniors who drank just 1 cup of homemade bone broth daily for 12 weeks had a 44% reduction in joint swelling, a 38% improvement in mobility and pain scores. And get this, imaging showed actual thickening of the cartilage in the knees. That's not just feeling better, that's healing. So how do you do it right? Start with bones that have connective tissue, chicken backs, turkey necks, beef knuckles. Toss them into a pot with water, apple cider vinegar, to draw out the minerals, onion, garlic, and herbs. Then simmer low and slow, 12 to 24 hours. That's when the magic seeps out. Want to skip the homemade route? Look for refrigerated or frozen bone broths with no additives. Avoid anything in a box that has 35 ingredients and a shelf life longer than your retirement plan. Drink it straight. Use it as a base for soups, stews, or even cook your rice in it. Your joints won't care how it gets there. They'll just be grateful. So here's my question. Have you ever made bone broth from scratch? Or are you more of a microwave and pray kind of cook? Drop your answer in the comments. No judgment here, only encouragement. Now, if broth is the warm hug your knees didn't know they needed, the next food is pure power. Sticky, strong, collagen-packed, and possibly the best-kept secret in the world of joint recovery. Let's wrap this up with a tendon. Yes, really. Let's talk about something most folks push to the side of the bowl. Beef tendons. Yeah, the chewy stuff that your uncle probably told you was just decoration. But here's the truth. Tendons are one of the most collagen-dense foods on the planet. And for aging joints, they're not just helpful, they're downright therapeutic. Why? Because beef tendons are made almost entirely of type 1 collagen, the same type found in your ligaments, cartilage, skin, and bones. When slow cooked, they release powerful peptides and gelatin that go straight to your joints. Think of it this way. If your knees were a creaky old house, beef tendon is the custom woodwork that seals the cracks and reinforces the frame. In a 2022 clinical study published in the Journal of Functional Foods, seniors over 60 who ate tendon stew 3 times a week showed a 63% improvement in joint fluid density, a 41% reduction in knee stiffness, better walking stability. MRI scans even showed soft tissue regeneration around worn-out joints. That's not just impressive, that's rare. Now, let's be real. Tendons aren't exactly a quick snack. They need love. Simmer them in broth with ginger, garlic, and maybe a little rice vinegar for 8 to 12 hours until they turn soft and jelly-like. Yes, jelly. And yes, that's a good thing here. Once tender, chop and stir them into soups, stews, or noodle bowls. Pair with veggies, or mix them into bone broth for a double collagen punch. Now I know someone out there's thinking, Doc, I can't even pronounce half of what's in my spice rack. How am I cooking tendons? Fair. But I promise it's easier than you think. And your joints will be sending thank you notes. So, have you ever tried tendon before? Or were you in the that's weird food camp like I used to be? Tell me in the comments. I love hearing those first-timer stories. Now that you've got the full list, here comes the fun part. Putting it into action. Let's wrap this up and figure out what your next grocery run should look like. Ready? Let's go. Let me tell you about Evelyn. She's 72, lives in Arizona, drives an old Ford she refuses to replace. And up until last year, she thought needing help out of her chair was just part of aging. Every morning, she'd wake up to knees that felt like they were filled with wet cement, ankles puffed up like little balloons, and stairs? Forget it. Her world was shrinking one painful step at a time. Now Evelyn's no complainer. She's a retired nurse, tough as nails. But one afternoon, she called her daughter and said, I think I'm becoming furniture. I sit more than I live. That's when her daughter, a bit of a health nut, said, Mom, before we talk knee surgery, let's talk groceries. She gave Evelyn a list. The same 8 foods we've been talking about. Eggs, pumpkin seeds, canned salmon, yes, bones and all, and a pot of bone broth on the stove by Sunday evening. Evelyn wasn't thrilled at first. She joked, so I'm supposed to eat fish with bones? Chicken with skin? And jelly that doesn't taste like dessert? Yep, that's exactly right. But she stuck with it. 3 weeks in, she noticed something. She could bend down and tie her shoes without grunting like a linebacker. By week 5, her swelling had gone down by almost half. She was back to gardening, back to walking her little terrier, Bobo. And most shocking of all, she started dancing again at her local senior center. They have swing night. Who knew? She told me, "Doc, it's like my legs remembered how to be mine again." Now, Evelyn didn't take any miracle pill. She didn't buy a $300 supplement. She just ate real food, the right food with consistency. So let me ask you, have you had a moment like Evelyn's, where you realized pain was stealing parts of your life? Drop your story below. And if you haven't yet, maybe this week is your chance to start writing one. Alright, now that we've seen what this plan can really do, let's bring it all together and figure out how you can make this work in your own kitchen. So there you have it. 8 real foods. 8 building blocks for stronger joints and healthier legs. Each one backed by science. Each one proven to reduce swelling, rebuild cartilage, and fight the silent damage of aging. And the best part? You don't need a prescription, just a plate. I'm Dr. David Rubin, and I've seen what happens when seniors start eating the right way. They don't just move easier, they come back to life. Now it's your turn. Pick 3 foods from today's list. Try them for 10 days, and then come back. Tell me what changed. Are your knees less stiff? Did you sleep better? Did you walk farther without pain? Leave a comment below. Your story might help someone else take the first step. Because this journey, you're not walking it alone. We're in this together. And if this video gave you hope, even just a little, click like, hit subscribe, turn on that bell so you never miss what your body's been waiting to hear. This is Healthy Aging Life, and we believe strength doesn't end at 60. It begins with knowledge, with food, with you. So before you go, which one of these 8 foods are you most excited to try this week? Drop your answer in the comments. Let's rebuild. Let's recover. Let's age with power, one bite at a time.